My name is Sharmila Ravi Pakyarajan. I work with ICICI Bank as a regional head for unsecured business, which is mainly personal loan, education loan and credit cards. There are NBFCs and there are banking institutions. So NBFCs do not have the license to keep people's money as savings. Banks have the license to keep people's money as savings in form of savings account, current account and fixed deposits. So NBFCs are purely for lending, and banking and financial, the banks which come under BFSI, can accept money from people and lend. Basically, my team and I are responsible for the personal loan, education loan and the credit card business. As in, we source business from the bank clients or any other clients who are willing to apply for a loan with us or credit card for the bank. So we are responsible for growing the business in the city. So some days are absolutely calm, actually get bored by 3:30, sleepy post lunch, and few days I just don't get time to even breathe. Otherwise, on a normal working day, if I say I start our day with a few calls to the team, or I would have a call with probably my seniors or something, then move on to understanding what the business has been for the month, what it would be for the day, just taking the whole thing, then kind of make a few calls to, because I am in such a role that I have to, my role is I am a vertical partner to the retail branches. The branches are the profit centers. So I have to work with the branches, with their leaders, so that what we are thinking, what they have in mind for the month that my product should be doing for them, has to come kind of be at a particular level. If you're mid-month, then how do we work about it? Then a few meetings, customer meetings, a lot of it. Every new complaint is, I think, a learning. More so in credit cards and not so much in the other two businesses. Education loan is just starting out, so we will know more once the industry, our book also grows. Personal loan, we know inside out, we know how to deal with it. Credit cards, yes, each complaint is a new case for us. So we keep talking to product. I think 10% of our time every day goes dealing with product teams. Yeah. So one good thing about ICICI Bank now is we've not said that you will have to do a particular number. We're saying do what you do best, or do better than your best. Whatever you've done best, do better than it. Yes, at our level, yes, we keep a go-to number for ourselves, but then we keep tracking it and then try to understand where it went wrong. That's why many people are involved, my team, the branch team. So all of us have to work together to kind of take it forward. Yeah. Our sales is I think completely how the person who's in the bank reaches out to the customer. Some way or the other, yes, it is a push product, but I think for an FMCG product, it is customer requirement. They would need it every now and then. Probably something which is a luxury product, or something which is a product which is new in market for probably skincare or anything, that has to be pushed through social media. But I think as a bank, we don't have to do much to push a product. If the person needs it, they would obviously end up taking it from one bank or the other. So when I started out, it was 100% desk job, 100%. So I was inside a branch. So I've always been part of retail branch banking. Now I have moved a little bit to loans. So that was 100% indoors. Then slowly, once I started moving to sales, it's become 70-30 indoor, outdoor. Now I would say it is like, on few days it's 70-30 outdoors, indoors. And otherwise on a normal working day would be 40 indoors and 60% outdoors. Most important difference between a secured and unsecured business is, secured business means any loan which is given against a collateral. That means you give something to the bank or a financial institution against which the said institution would give you some money. So secured loan, what would qualify as a secured loan? It would be a home loan, wherein obviously you're purchasing a house, you mortgage it to the bank, or the financial institutions, they'll give you money to buy the house. You already hold a house and you want some funds to renovate it, do something else. So that is called loan against property. So again, obviously your house is mortgaged with the bank. So this can be at an individual level or it can be at a corporate level. So there is too much more to it. I'll just give you the basic of it. So secured is also against a fixed deposit. You could take a loan against a fixed deposit, an overdraft against a fixed deposit. So for current account holders who hold businesses, against this property, they would probably take an overdraft. And other loans are called term loans, wherein the entire money comes into your account and you start paying EMIs. For current account customers, it's usually that you tell them that, okay, this is the money that you can use it as and when you want. So whatever you have used, you pay back the interest to the bank. Yeah? Unsecured is wherein we take no collateral. That means you want something, you've got your financials, whether it's your salary slip or your ITR. On the basis of your eligibility, we'll see how much you've already owed to somebody, probably your credit cards, you need basic living costs. So there are percentages applied for each of these loans, unsecured and secured. So whatever income that you earn, your obligations, which is your expenses in other words, is taken off, and then the amount is given to you basis this eligibility, that we know that you earning this much, you will be earning for the next couple of years on a growth pattern, and then we give you that loan. So there we do not take anything in exchange for giving you that money. So personal loan is such. Again, business loan also can be given on the same parameters to a corporate basis the financials that they have and the ITR that they file. Education loan is purely basis the child's merit and the institution that they're going to. What is the outcome of the institution? That is taken into mind. Obviously, the financials of the parents are taken because the payment has to come back to the bank. Education loan can be done secured. There are some there's a criteria, so to say, of the amount. If it breaches that amount, then we'll have to take a fixed deposit or a loan or a home. Else we can do it as completely unsecured. Credit card, as you all know, is just you apply, you're eligible, again, salary, ITR, you take it, you use it, you pay back. So all three products, in fact, business loan, personal loan, education loan and credit cards are combined as unsecured businesses. So one is obviously, because you are in a profit driven organization, one is the sales skill. You need to be able to sell the product, whichever product, mine or any other banking product. So I think the most important part is a person should be able to communicate to the other person. Hindi, English, irrespective, whichever area they are in, they should be able to connect. For example, if I meet someone, I should understand what the person wants and not try to push the product that I have. So there are many times that you want something else, but we are going around talking about something, but we're not able to actually understand what a customer needs. So I think the person should be able to communicate well. It's the base, I think. And one more important thing is what they know about the competition, what the competition banks are doing. If somebody comes back with a counter question, they should be able, the knowledge about the industry is also very important. 5 years back, we didn't have so much growth in PL, personal loan, cards. We've seen a huge increase, and that obviously has led to runoffs, which are, in our banking term, we would say delinquency, where we're looking at more people defaulting on payments on credit cards. So now the only way the banks can beat it is make policies stricter, credit appraisals become tighter. We would look at CIBILs more strictly, cutoffs of CIBILs, salary, probably company the person is working with, all of that. Yes, and because these delinquencies obviously come back as an expense in our books in the bank per se, the business which is done gets negated by this. So the overall end result by the end of the day, if I've done 100, would not show as 100 at the end of the month or the year. It would show as a 70 or a 80 if we have not controlled on our delinquencies. So that is why, which is very important. So you would probably know them as agents calling people, but it's actually a proper structure in a bank or they could have other names, but it's a debt management kind of a service. Could be known by other names in other organizations. So the team is dedicatedly working on calling them and reminding people that you've defaulted, is everything okay, hope you're doing it, fill it out, because you will probably become delinquent in 60 days, 90 days. So obviously bank has a very important role to kind of reduce the people who are defaulting on the loan. A few years back, in fact I would say even before COVID, we started moving towards digitalization bank per se. Our bank is one of the leading banks who are moving, or we've almost covered the transition from a bank to a bank tech. But if you talk about our business, so we had tons of paperwork. So if you would have known, if anybody in your family would have ever taken a personal loan or a credit card, even a credit card form was 6 pages, signatures, photographs, ID proofs, photocopies, and so on and so forth. Now there is a single platform where you can just go digitally on your mobile laptop, apply for it, and the process gets done. But obviously, yes, all your documents are taken, but it's like a video KYC which is done. So sitting at home, you can apply for any one of these on the portals or through a help of one of our executives, and it gets done. So we used to have runners who used to go pick up papers, come back and all that. All that is almost taken care of. We don't need it anymore. And going forward, I think more products will probably get into the digital mode. We have almost moved most of our products, not only our unsecured, even secured products. I think the paperwork will almost become negligible now. Earlier, a customer needed to walk into a branch to do banking or to buy a product. Now everything is a click away for the customer. If you have a bank's app, everything is on the app, or any financial institution's app for that matter. Everything is available on it, for your statements, passbook. If you want to purchase a product, all of it is available. One, that the digital movement. The second is the banks have also improvised on their own. One, providing the digital technology obviously, but the second parameter is wherein if a particular customer is holding an account, or lakhs of them are holding accounts, through their way they bank, the way the account transactions are moving, what they are inclined towards. On the basis of that, we have analytics teams, and there are filters wherein they have pre-approved probably loans, cards, and many offers available, which I think in case I need something but I really don't know how to apply for it, go about it, that part from the bank's end is also, there is a lot of improvement, wherein we are at least able to push it to the customer on that app itself, saying if you need this, take it. We have seen a huge growth in this business. One, credit cards, where if I would have said 10-15 years back, people were not using it as much. Now it has become a part of the lifestyle. The minute a person starts working, the first thing that they look forward to after a couple of salaries is a credit card. So one is that, yes, people have to use it diligently though. Yes, but the education loan per se, where I'm handling, we've seen a growth tremendously over the last 1 year itself, because of all the facilities that this loan specifically offers. And personal loan, yes, it's an easy go-to thing, and with again linked with the lifestyle, it has changed a lot. People are even taking a personal loan to go on holidays. So it's become as simple as that, wherein personal loan used to be considered as something where you should never go in for unless you are in dire requirement of it. But that, I think that stigma has been done away with. So the myth is that everything is target driven, and the people who are calling are all part of the bank or banks or private banks, and it may not be actually true. There are people outside the bank also calling. The bank mostly has relationship managers who are calling, who are connecting with their customers. So sales was all about, even there is a myth now that it's all target driven and you keep pushing a person to do the product or whichever role they are in. I think person who wants to join in should come with an open mind, saying probably do one product, do another one, meet the customer, understand the requirements, and then take it forward. Don't push your product. Understand what the customer requirement is and then take it up as per the life cycle. I think it depends on whether a person is starting in the career or is in the middle management. A senior management would have or a person who's retired will still need banking, but in a different level. So that openness has to come in any person who's joining the bank or any industry who's a customer facing industry. So earlier when I used to do sales myself, It was difficult because when you go to a customer, you felt that yeah, ये तो हो जाएगा, it's going to be a piece of cake, but it's not like that. It is difficult, but once you've been in sales for a year or two, you know that out of 10 customers that you call, probably 7 would pick up. You will have a meaningful conversation with 4, and you will end up meeting only 1 or 2. So that is the level of conversion that sales has. But in my line of business, it's also worse. So even if I meet, or my team meets 10 people, people who are interested could be 10, the cases logged in, so that once you source business, you have to put it in the system, could be 8. By the time it gets approved by credit and we are ready to say yes to the customer, it would come down to 2, because eligibility and all that comes into picture. So once you've done the hard work, customer is also ready to take the money and whatever, but the end, whether we are able to give them as a bank, is also a big challenge, because obviously we need to see return on capital is very, very important.
just one more question I had. So, from what I could gather, unsecured businesses clearly seem like a little more fickle kind of businesses where there's a heavy chance of seeing defaulters, credit cards that don't get paid, loans that don't get paid off. So, as someone in sales, who's making these, who's dealing with these unsecured businesses, who's making sure that these loans get sanctioned, or even when you see defaulters like that, does it come off as a backlash to you? Like, is there a setback that you feel when something like this happens, when there's an increase in number of defaulters and everything? Does it affect your this thing, your accountability? Does it have an effect on that? Have I made myself clear?
Yes.
Okay.